Oh, what a goal! Rick Williams, he's done it! He's done it! The Michigan goal in the first period for Rick Williams. Run, Pelkey scores! Pelkey is it!
And welcome back to the show, guys. Name's always Derek Clark, and sorry if there's an echo. Gonna be a little closer to the mic today. It's gonna be probably some popping, but it is what it is. Welcome back. We're in a completely different dorm. There's a weird story to be told, and there's also crazy racing news as well. And there's a lot of news on the hockey forefront, and there's even a lot more news regarding the world of football. We'll back into Bull Spittin' with Derek Clark. My name is always Derek Clark, aka you know it, Mini Doc. And today we got a little interesting story. I'm in a new dorm. This is new to the college life. I switched dorms. I'm gonna talk about it publicly because screw it. I now am in a single. I had a roommate. Shout out my roommate. I won't drop his name. Shout out my roommate. It wasn't him at all. I actually literally was texting that guy today. By the way, it's 8 o'clock at night while I'm recording this. But yeah, shout out to my old roommate. It was not him who caused me to change dorms. It was some physical, some what I was some how do I word this? Some physical. It was me. It was me. It was me. It was me. It was a physical matter regarding me, myself, and I. Regarding my um. That's actually I think that's the best way to put it. It was me, myself, and I. It was all me who had to change dorms because of my physical abilities. That's the way I put it. So I switched dorms. I am no longer in the dorm building I was in. I am in a building. There's only one of these on campus. It's the singles building. So I have a single dorm, meaning it's just me, myself, and I. 2 beds, 2 sets of drawers, 2 desks, 2 chairs with said desks. And if I could take a video and show you, I would. I got my mini fridge in the middle of the dorm room. I gotta set this whole place up. I'm gonna eventually combine the 2 beds, and I think I'm gonna combine the 2 desks, but I don't know how I'm gonna do that. It's also weird because so it's very weird to me because the dorm building. So I'm a sophomore here. Sorry if this is a weird point of me talking about my personal life, but last year I was in an all freshman dorm. There's only one all freshman dorm, so I've literally been in all of the only one types. Only one freshman dorm, I was in it, and now I'm in the only single dorm. But anyway, last year I was a freshman here, and one thing that I've noticed about all the other dorm buildings that I've been in, the freshman dorm was the only dorm that had 2 sets of drawers with each desk. So there would be they're on wheels, and so I only have 1 set of drawers at each desk in this room, just like the other dorm building I was in, and every other dorm building I've been in that wasn't the freshman dorm is the same way. The freshman dorm is the only one that I've seen that has 2 drawers on each side of the desk. They're on wheels, like I said. So I could bring the other one over, but there's no point because I put my TV on the other. So the other desk is on the other side of the room. I'm gonna give you a map here. You walk in, the the closets are the first thing you see. There's a light above you. It's almost like a mini hallway, like a 4, not even 4, like a 2-step mini hallway. And there's 2. This is such a weird thing. I'm giving you an analogy map of my dorm room. There's 2 closets, both on each side when you walk in, so it's almost like a hallway. Like I said, 2-step hallway. Then you walk into the main dorm part, and I got a mirror here. It would be on your left side, walking from the door, and then you would see my desk, which is where we're sitting right now. And then next to my desk is my bed. Attached to my desk is a fan, which if you hear a little humming noise, that's the fan. It's pointing right at my bed because we don't have air conditioning in here. But it's okay because I have a nice window open and there's a cool breeze coming in right now. Um, and then after that, you would see my trash in my recycling bin, and then after that, you would see I have a mini fridge in the middle of the freaking room. And then on the other side, you would see a bed, and then across from the bed, you would see another desk. And on top of that desk, the top part of that desk, there's a top shelf. And on top of that top shelf is my TV. I have an I have a Roku. For the people that are interested in knowing, I have a Roku. And so yeah, that's my dorm setup. I have a Roku. It's facing literally perfectly where I can just lay in my bed and turn my TV on and just play stuff. Um, is that affecting my learning abilities? No. Actually, I haven't even gone to class technically. I've gone to one class while being here because I uh, moved in literally 2 days ago, and it's the weekend, so there's no classes on weekends. So I only had one class on Friday after I moved in here. So shout out my brother Devin, who's probably not even listening to this, but if you are, I know he sometimes tunes in. So shout out Devin. He's the one that helped me move dorms. It's actually not too far from the previous dorm building I was living in, but it's a little bit of a weird story there. But I digress. We're also on the ninth floor of this building, and it is the highest floor up. So we're on the highest floor, the top floor, because we're top dogs. But I digress. We go into sports now. The end of Derik's uh, public life here on the podcast. Let's talk sports. First, let's just bring up the Texans. They lost today. They lost horrible 34-7 against the Vikings. I have a lot to say about this game, so just buckle up. Number one, this was like the battle of Texans versus former Texans. Grenard, um, like damn near half the fucking Vikings defense. I'm not even gonna list everybody, but Grenard's the one that I want to list because he was an absolute dog today for the Vikings, and I'll fucking admit it. I'm kind of pissed we didn't re-sign his ass. Um, yeah. The the best Texan I think today was Settle Jr., who had 2 sacks. That's the biggest thing I could say. A guy who I'm pretty sure did not play a single snap the last 2 weeks, and I'm pretty sure he was in there for injuries. Came off the practice squad, actually. He was the best Texan today. He had 2 sacks. CJ Stroud, I feel bad for him. He threw 2 picks today. It was a rough one. Uh, Will Anderson Jr. kind of had a good day. He had a sack and I think four, four tackles, four or five tackles. I don't remember. He had a decent outgoing. The biggest complaints here are Laramie Thompson needs to learn how to sit still on the damn line. He had 6 flags thrown at him today. You don't know what the hell he's doing on that line. I'll be honest with him. Our center in George in Mason and Shaq Mason. A weird story here. I don't know why Shaq Mason. That's a dumb thing. Shaq Mason, our center, got thrown a flag for head nodding, which I've never heard before, but I guess is a thing. Um, uh, we need a better O line. There was a lot of guys that were out because of injury, and it was literally Shaq Mason and Laramie Tunsil and Juice Drugs. I think was he out there today? I thought he was. I don't know, but we didn't have Damian Pierce. We just had Cam Akers. We didn't have Damian Pierce, nor did we have Joe Mixon. And Mixon's out still, and Damian Pierce is day by day with him as well. Brevin Jordan is out for the year, I believe, was the official statement there. Not good. And the last thing I'll say about our defense and I'll say this completely, the defense kept us in the game as much as they can. At one point, it was only 21-7. We had a chance in the fourth quarter, but our offense blew and our defense kind of ran out of gas. I'll give our defense credit. It wasn't all their fault. Matter of fact, I'd argue that it was barely their fault, except one person, Derik Stingley Jr. By God, I know my God. Okay, I know we share the same first name, but you spell it with an E, and I spell it with an I. It's Derek for you. It's Ik for me. And let me something. Ik. I know that I know you sucked today. It was bad. I don't know what in the world D'Amico Ryans was thinking. He's the one that calls our defensive plays mostly. And he noticed that Derik Stingley Jr. was struggling against good old Justin Jefferson. And Justin Jefferson out here just beat him every snap. It was a 2-3 steps ahead of Derik Stingley every time. And So he Jalen Petrie goes over and guards Jefferson for a bit. I think for 2, 3, 4 plays, something like that. Plays great, and then they swap him, and they never swap him again. Derik stays on Justin Jefferson and just kept letting fly by him. I don't know what Derik was on today, but he wasn't on his game. Um, but out of the football world, my Texans lost. We're 2-1 now. It's okay. We play the Jags next week. Uh, I hope we win. I'm gonna be honest. I hope we freaking win. And then we play the Bills the week after. I don't feel confident, but it is what it is. Anyway, out of the football world, we go into the hockey world. The Ducks start Tuesday. We had preseason today. The Utah HC actually played the Blues, I think, last night. Don't call me on that. Yes, last night. And then today was the Bruins and the Rangers. Yeah, the Rangers and the Bruins. I think it was a 2-1 lead for the Bruins. Or 2-1 Rangers, actually. I'm trying to remember. I think it was 2-1 Rangers after the first 20. I didn't watch the game. I couldn't watch the game. I saw some stat. One of my buddies was there, so shout out to my one buddy who was there, if he's listening. Um, but yeah, we got preseason cooking up. The Ducks preseason starts Tuesday. We play the Sharks at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Will I stay up at 10 o'clock at night on a Tuesday in the middle of college, in the middle of a normal school week, to watch a preseason game between the Sharks and the Ducks? I'm going to be honest, probably not, because I have class in the early morning every single day, so I don't really want to risk it. Out of that world, we jump into the motorsports world. This is where we get crazy. The NASCAR playoffs have now gone from a total of 16 drivers to 12. The first 4 are out of the NASCAR playoffs. And the biggest name out of the playoffs, in my opinion, actually, it's not the biggest name out of the playoffs. I should rejoice that it's not the biggest name out of the playoffs, but in my mind, it's the biggest name out of the playoffs. So, and that's Ty Gibbs. I know that sounds weird to say because as I'm actually like trying to figure out the standings. I don't think this is right. I'm actually trying to find on my phone the. Okay, here we go. Okay, I got it. I'm trying to make sure I have everybody that's okay. So the following eliminated drivers. My most surprised is Ty Gibbs. The rest of these names are not surprising. Martin Truex Jr., not surprised. Brad Keselowski, not surprised. Harrison Burton, not surprised. Ty Gibbs, I'm actually surprised. I thought Ty Gibbs was going to win in the first round. I thought he was going to get his first career NASCAR win in the playoffs, and I thought it was going to be in the first round, but it was not. Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, William Byron, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Austin Cindric, Daniel Suarez, Alex Bowman, and Chase Briscoe are the 12 remaining in the playoffs. Now, the crazy story is how Ty Gibbs actually got eliminated. So Daniel Suarez beat him in points and beat him by like being in front of like two more drivers than him during that race in at Bristol. What am I talking about? It was Bristol. Why am I I'm like so weird today. That night race at Bristol, Daniel Suarez was ahead of him by like 2 drivers, like I said. The winner, not surprised, is Kyle Larson in that race. I wasn't surprised that Kyle Larson won. My biggest thought right now, heading into the next round. So the next, I'm trying to load this up as much as I can right now, folks. I'm sorry. This is Derik live podcasting. Okay, so it's a weird moment. So they did a Bristol night race, the Bass Pro Shop night race. It was on a Saturday night, middle of freaking Saturday night, and now the Hollywood Casino 400 is the next playoff race. That's in Kansas. That's on Sunday at 3 o'clock Eastern. Kansas is a weird track for the playoffs because I feel like Kansas is just now becoming a weird staple in playoffs. And then it's Talladega, and then the last race of the round of 12 is Charlotte Motor Speedway. So the next three races, like I just said, Kansas, Talladega, Charlotte, it's weird because you go from a mile and a half at Kansas. That's a super speedway in Talladega. Everybody knows Talladega, Talladega Nights, the movie. And then you go to Charlotte, but you're not racing the speedway of Charlotte. You're running the Charlotte Motor Speedway road course. So you're going from a mile and a half, like an okay track in Kansas. Like it's not crazy what happens in Kansas. But then you're going from there to Talladega. Like I just said, they made a damn movie, Talladega Nights. Anybody ever freaking watch it? Shake and Bake like Ricky Bobby. And then you're hitting up the road course world. You're going to Charlotte Motor Speedway, CMS, the CMS road course, which is nicknamed the Charlotte Roval. And so it's a crazy one because it's kind of similar to what we had in the first round. Um we went Atlanta, and then not Atlanta, Jesus. Well, anyway, we had a super speedway. We had a road course at Watkins Glen. Then we had a short track at Bristol, and the short track in this case has been replaced with a mile and a half in Kansas. But it is what it is. Um, the weirdest memory I have of Kansas Motor Speedway is I know Chase Briscoe has won there a lot in the Xfinity Series for some random reason. Clint Boyer's known for winning there. Like Kansas is just. Hey, maybe Chase Briscoe actually maybe gets lucky tonight. Since he's in the round of 12, I mean, maybe he gets lucky on Sunday. Um, NASCAR's getting a little weird on the aspect of the playoffs because right now, I'm sorry, I had a hair on the mic. I'm tweaking right now. I don't know. Um, it's a weird moment right now in the world of NASCAR because right now it's just like a Kyle Larson show, in my opinion. He just won the race. He was dominating all playoffs. Alex Bowman was the closest guy next to him. I think Alex Bowman, I actually will kind of disagree with myself and say Alex Bowman has had a great performance in the first round as well. So right now it looks like Alex Bowman and Kyle Larson are like the two guys to watch. Um, but like I said, it's the playoffs in sports in general. Anything could happen. So speaking of the playoffs, the world champions have been crowned in the world of super motocross, and they're back to back. Yeah, that's right. The second year ever of a world champion being crowned. They're back to back in both classes. The 250 back to back world champion Hayden Deegan, and the 450 world champion back to back as well. The Aussie of Jet Lawrence. So yeah, I don't know what to say. This is only the second year ever of a world champion being crowned in the super motocross world. It's just been supercross and then motocross, but then they come together at the end of the year and have three races of craziness. And then motocross literally starts up in February. So, I mean, like, it's insane. I think the schedule literally gets announced November. Or no, I think it's next month. I don't remember, but it's coming. It's coming very soon. Um, so Hayden Deegan dominated both races in the 250s. The 450s is a crazy one. Or I'm sorry, let me reword what I just said. Hayden Deegan dominated both races in the 250s. But there's one thing that happened in the 250s second moto that could have been different. Tom Vial was leading at one point ahead of Hayden Deegan. By leading, I mean he was leading on the point side, which means he would have been crowned the champion. But then Deegan caught up with him. But the thing is if Deegan didn't catch up with him, Tom Vial becoming the 250 world champion would have been insane. The Frenchman is crazy. I love Tom Vial. He dominates a lot, so it was just crazy. Um, Pierce Brown, shout out to Pierce Brown. He he won the 250 overall at Las Vegas, even though he didn't win the world championship. He won his first ever moto, so shout out to Pierce Brown. And out of that, we go to Jet Lawrence because the Lawrence brothers went 1-2 in the race, and they went 1-2 in the world championship points. Hunter always finishing second to Jet is it's a little. I don't like to throw shade, but it's the truth and kind of crazy. But yeah. Inside of the world of sports with Derik, I guess. I'm gonna end this podcast by kind of telling you guys what I've been up to at college. I feel like obviously there's people that go to college where I go and they listen to this, so they know what college I go to. But I don't like to talk about what college I go to because I assume people know, and also like if there is someone listening that like doesn't know and they want to come like find me or something, there's like a weird part of me that just doesn't want to name it. But anyway, not important. Um, I hope you got that. That was weird. I'm holding this mic very weird. This desk is definitely not cluttered. It's cluttered. So for the people that don't know, I call sports games. That's literally my dream goal in life. So that's what I do. I'm a sports broadcaster. And if you don't follow me on TikTok, I hope you do. Derik.minidoc, DERIK.MINIDOC, because I'm going to be dropping some videos over there explaining what I do. I'm not just a broadcaster, I'm a sports director for our radio station. So there's been some unique stories I can already tell you within the 2-3 weeks I've been in college. Actually, you know what? This is week 4. I'm stupid. Within the month of me being here almost, I think next week is 4. Will be a month. Yeah, yeah. Literally, oh my god, yeah, I'm 2 days away from being a month at college. That's crazy. But year 2, baby. Um, sophomore action. Um, but yeah, I'm the sports director for the radio station. For currently, and I can already tell you some crazy stories that's already happened. But I want to kind of show the world around me a little bit more, and I got a new phone and everything else. So I mean, it's not my hunk of junk that I had, so I feel comfortable making videos with it too. And yeah, I think you're gonna see a lot of videos on TikTok side. So follow my TikTok, Derik.minidoc. That's DERIK.MINIDOC. Um, I think I'll leave it in the comment. I'll leave it in this oh, I'll leave it in the bio or the description. I'm sorry, but yeah, guys, I hope you have a good, wonderful day. It's a good night ending recording this podcast as the cool breeze comes from my window. So always remember, peace and love, guys. Hope you had a great day, and always remember that no matter what, can't give up. It's a blessing to be alive, I can tell you that much. You're still breathing. You got dreams to chase, goals to accomplish. Keep your head up. One day will be bad, next day will be good. Till then, Mini Doc. See you next time, guys. Peace.